Hello everybody, welcome to Tarot and the Star. I am your host, Melody. Today we're going to be covering the disappearance of Northwest Flight 2501. 58 people ended up disappearing on this flight, and they believe that the plane had crashed somewhere in Lake Michigan, and this is back in 1950. So without further ado, let's say our prayer to Archangel Michael first. Archangel Michael, please protect me and my viewers as I conduct this ghost box reading on Flight 2501 Northwest. Please protect us from negative forces, negative entities, negative beings, demonic forces, demonic entities, demonic beings. And please do not allow these things to attach to us or attack us as we listen to this ghost box now or in the future. Please keep us protected, Archangel Michael, in white light. Thank you. Amen. Okay. So, Northwest Flight 2501 had 58 people on board. The captain was Robert Lind. He was 35 years old. They were flying basically a Douglas DC-4 from New York to Seattle. Somehow along the way, and this is on June 24th, 1950, the last transmission from Robert Lind was above Lake Michigan. He requested to descend 2,500 feet. He was at 3,500 feet altitude, and he wanted to descend 2,500 feet, which was denied by radio control because there was a lot of traffic at that time. So then what happened was the airlines went out of radar. They were not able to find the airlines. There was a huge search. There was a couple of pieces found, nothing major. And there has been a huge investigation to try to find this airplane since 1950. They stopped searching for it in June 2025. There was a expedition team that would go out there with sonar and look for the plane. They believe that perhaps the plane is under sediment and perhaps it's broken into many pieces and it could be under a lot of muck. That's usually what happens to you guys when planes go down or ships go down. Sometimes, people are not able to find them because they're under so much sediment, and given the years, the sediment just keeps piling on, right? So let's find out exactly. First of all, we need to ask the question if the plane did in fact crash in Lake Michigan. The second thing we need to find out is if there's any remains. If it's crashed in Lake Michigan, if there's any remains in Lake Michigan, if the plane can be located in the Lake Michigan, if it's under sediment, all that kind of stuff. Also, if we can get any kind of transmission from Robert Lind, what exactly happened to cause the plane crash, if he even knows. He may not know, because sometimes when you pass away, your spirit is it could be wandering around the area and may only know, what just occurred. It may, you may not know the whole scenery that happened. So, he could have crashed the plane and he may not know what exactly happened, for the plane to have crashed. It may have been something that was out of his control. And he may not know if he's a ghost that's wandering around the area and he hasn't gone into the light. Now, if he's gone into the light, they would show him his his life review, and he would learn all of the information as to what had happened. So we'll see if we can get any answers here. We are not sure where Robert Lind is, if Robert Lind is wandering around or if he had went into the light. I do not pick up what's going on there. It's very long ago, and I'm not picking that up. So let's find out. Spirit guides of Northwest Flight 2501 that had 58 people on board that ended up missing over Lake Michigan on June 24th, 1950. Can you tell us if Northwest Flight 2501 had in fact crashed into Lake Michigan, please? Spirit guides of Robert Lind, Captain Robert Lind, that was flying the Northwest Flight 2501 on June 24th, 1950. Robert Lind, Spirit guides of Robert Lind, or Robert Lind, if you can come forward. Can you tell me what exactly happened to cause the plane crash of Northwest Flight 2501, please? Spirit guides of Robert Lind, or Robert Lind, that crashed Northwest Flight 2501, that was flying the plane of Northwest Flight 2501, and the plane crashed on June 24th, 1950. Robert Lind, I come to you with peace and love. I come to you as an interviewer, trying to find out what happened with your flight 2501. You have been missing, Robert Lind. The plane has been missing for many years. We are in 2025 now. Can you tell us if the plane 2501 is in fact in Lake Michigan, please? Spirit guides of Northwest Flight 2501 that crashed in possibly Lake Michigan on June 24th, 1950. Can you tell me, Spirit guides, if there is any remains from any of the 58 people that went down with the plane in Lake Michigan, please? Spirit guides of Northwest Flight 2501 that possibly crashed in Lake Michigan on June 24th, 1950. Can you tell me if the plane is crashed in Lake Michigan, is it in many pieces under the sediment of Lake Michigan, please? Spirit guides of Northwest Flight 2501 that possibly crashed in Lake Michigan on June 24th, 1950. Can you tell me if the plane crashed in Lake Michigan? Can you tell me the direction in which we may find the wreckage of the plane? Would it be north, south, east, or west, please? Spirit guides of Northwest Flight 2501 that possibly crashed in Lake Michigan on June 24th, 1950. If the plane crashed in Lake Michigan, how many inches of debris is it under in the ocean? Spirit guides of Northwest Flight 2501 and Captain Robert Lind that possibly crashed in Lake Michigan on June 24th, 1950. Robert Lind, you asked Mission Control to descend 2,500 feet. Why did you need to descend 2,500 feet, please? Spirit guides of Northwest Flight 2501 that possibly crashed in Lake Michigan on June 24th, 1950. I want to tell you, spirits that may be around the area, if you are, in fact, if the plane did in fact crash in Lake Michigan, I want to tell anybody that is left around the area, spirits that are from the crash, Northwest Flight 2501, they are trying to find you, and you have passed away now. The year is 2025 now. It is no longer 1950. You can move on into the light. And don't be afraid to go into the light. You are still going to be who you are now, and have the same memories that you have now. But it is okay to go with your spiritual guides and your angels into the light. You will find peace and solace and tranquility and love in the light. So please do so if you have not already done so. Spirit guides of Northwest Flight 2501 that possibly crashed in Lake Michigan on June 24th, 1950. They will look for you on and off. Right now, it is at a pause because they do not know where to find the plane wreckage if you are, in fact, in Lake Michigan. They have no idea where, in fact, you are directionally. But they have not necessarily given up hope. Right now, it's at a pause and standstill. They've put the search on off right now, but I don't believe it's going to be forever on off. I do want you to know that they have been looking for you since 1950, so that way they can, give everybody a proper burial and find out exactly why the plane crashed. Is there any comments from anybody from Northwest Flight 2501 that would help authorities better to assess where the plane is located in Lake Michigan, please? Thank you so much, Spirit Guides that came through for Northwest Flight 2501, or any people that wanted to speak that were on Northwest Flight 2501. Thank you for coming through. Or Captain Robert Lind, if you came through from Northwest Flight 2501, thank you for coming through. Or any spirits that wanted to speak on behalf of those that were on Northwest Flight 2501. Thank you for coming through and providing feedback and comments. We are ending the session with you all now, and we are saying goodbye to you all now. We are ending the session with you all now, and we are saying goodbye to you all now. Goodbye. We are ending the session. Goodbye. And for those of you still watching Tarot and Star, they've been looking for this plane for a really long time. I mean, the last signal was above Lake Michigan. So we'll see what comments come through, if there's any comments that do come through on behalf of where they might be located, if they are in fact in Lake Michigan. And then also letting them know, for whoever's still around, that they're gone now. Sometimes when there's a plane crash, sometimes what happens is a spirit is just kind of forced out of their body, okay? And they might be wandering around, and that wandering around period could be years, centuries, right? So rather than have that continue to happen for whoever's left behind, of course we want to show them the grace and mercy and let them know that they've passed away, so that way they can be with God and go with the guardian angels and their spiritual guides into the light. We don't want them to be left behind. Can you imagine being left behind in the murky water and not knowing what the heck is going on? That would be very sad and lonely, and some of them may be going through the traumas and experiencing what happened as if they had just went through the flight and crashed. So we don't want to, if we could help any souls out there, we do want to help them as well as try to find the missing, because we don't want anybody to go through such a pain and loss and a feeling of not understanding what happened to them. Of course, we want to let them know so they can move forward into the light, because in the light they are protected by God, and the guardian angels protect them, and they are safe in the light, and they are experiencing love in the light and calmness and peace. That's what we would want for anyone. So I did want to let them know that if there was any of them left behind. So now they know. Anyhow, thank you so much for watching today's program with Tarot and the Star. I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you for all the likes, the subscribes, the comments. I love hearing from you, and we're still underway to get more of these missing episodes. There was a comment from somebody. I didn't forget about doing another edition of a ghost box reading for the person that you mentioned. We're just trying to get some of these episodes out of the way that have been in the queue, and we will go ahead and do the requests of others as you guys provide the requests through. Of course, we're always looking for the missing, and of course we're always trying to help in any way we can, right? I'm so happy to have you guys here. It's wonderful. So thank you so much for joining me for today's show. Until the next one, talk to you then. Bye now.